All right, if you're gearing up for the 2026 engineering admissions, here's a college that should be on your radar. Adhiparasakthi Engineering College in Melmaruvathur. Their TNEA Code is 1401. So let's dive in and see what they're all about.
Right off the bat, let's talk about a huge marker of quality. Just in 2025, the college bagged a NAAC A grade. You know, for any institution, getting that A grade is a really big deal. It tells you a lot about their standards.
And this isn't some new kid on the block either. They've been around since 1984. So you're looking at an institution with decades of experience, a really solid foundation in engineering education.
Okay, so first up, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're talking about the foundation and quality of the college, the official recognitions that, let's be honest, are super important when you're making a decision this big.
So what is Adhiparasakthi Engineering College? Well, it's a self-financing, co-ed college. It's affiliated to Ani University, which is key, and it's run by the Adhiparasakthi Charitable Medical, Educational, and Cultural Trust, or ACMEC. This is a pretty standard setup for a lot of well-established private colleges in Tamil Nadu.
Now, how do you get in? It's straightforward. Admission is through the TNEA counseling process. And that code, 1401, that's the one you'll need to remember when you're filling out your choices. Super important.
All right, let's look at the official stamps of approval. We already talked about that NAAC A grade, which is huge. On top of that, they're approved by the AICTE in New Delhi, and they're also recognized under UGC's sections 2F and 12B. Now, what does that mean? It basically means the college is eligible to get grants from the central government, which is another great sign of quality. These are all the checkboxes you want to see ticked.
Okay, so we've established they have a solid foundation. Now for the exciting part. What can you actually study here? Let's take a look at the engineering programs they're offering for the upcoming year.
So you've got a decent number of choices here. They offer 10 different UG programs in total, and their annual intake is 610 students. That gives you a pretty good sense of the size of the college. Not too small, not too massive.
And here's the full list. You've got all the classic core branches covered. We're talking civil, mechanical, EEE, and ECE. Of course, they have the high-demand software streams like computer science and IT. What's also interesting is that they offer a BTech in chemical engineering. We've put the TNEA codes right there for you so it's easy to reference.
Now, if you're looking for something that's really future-focused, check this out. They've got some cool new-age specializations. There's a CSE branch that dives deep into AI and machine learning. Another one focuses on computer system design. And they even have a BTech in agricultural engineering, which is a really interesting and growing field.
You know, a great education is about more than just the subjects you study, right? It's about the people who teach you and the whole atmosphere of learning. So let's dive into the learning environment here. We'll look at the faculty and the research scene.
This is a pretty strong number. The college has 30 faculty members with PhDs. Why does that matter? Well, it means you're being taught by people who are true experts in their fields, people who are involved in deep research. That's a huge plus for the quality of education you'll receive.
And it's not just about teaching. The research culture here seems really active. They have 4 research centers that are recognized by Ani University. And get this, 79 PhDs have been awarded through these centers. That's a big number. It tells you this is a place where serious, advanced-level work is happening.
And here's the real proof in the pudding. Their research is backed by some of the biggest names in the country. We're talking about funding from government bodies like AICTE, the Department of Science and Technology, even DRDO and CSIR. When you're getting grants from agencies like these, it says one thing loud and clear. The research they're doing is top-notch and nationally relevant.
Okay, so the academics are solid. But college life is more than just classrooms and labs, isn't it? Let's talk about the other half of the experience, life on campus. We'll cover all the essential facilities and support systems for students.
All right, let's tackle the big questions. Hostels? Yes, they have separate hostels for both boys and girls. Food? The mess serves both veg and non-veg. For those of you who will be traveling daily, they've got a fleet of 10 college buses that cover a huge 90-kilometer radius. We're talking routes all the way to Chennai, Kanchipuram, Villapuram, and even Pondicherry. And for easy access, the Melmaruvathur railway station is super close, just 3 kilometers from the campus.
What about resources on campus? Well, they've got a big central library with more than 56,000 books, plus digital access to all the important e-resources like IEEE and Science Direct. The whole campus is Wi-Fi enabled, which is a must these days. And for staying active, there's a sports complex that even has a gym.
Now, let's talk about something really important. Financial aid. There are quite a few options here. You have the usual government scholarships for SC/ST, BC/MBC, and also for first-generation graduates and minority students. On top of that, the college's own trust, ACMEC, offers scholarships for students who are either meritorious or come from economically weaker backgrounds. And they're also part of the AICTE tuition fee waiver scheme. So there are definitely pathways for support.
All right, to wrap things up, let's look at a few notable achievements that really make this college stand out.
Okay, this is pretty cool. The college regularly hosts a major international conference for the IEEE, which is a huge deal in the engineering world. They've also won multiple AICTE grants, specifically to modernize their labs. That means they're constantly updating their equipment. And it's not just the faculty. Students here have a consistent record of getting their projects funded by big names like TNSCST and DST. What all this tells you is that this campus is really plugged into the larger engineering and research community. Just so you know, all the information we've shared today has been gathered from the college's official website and other trusted government portals at the time we put this together.
Explore more engineering colleges at profsam.com, your true source for 12th to engineering decisions.